community.
Yeah, right.
Community.
What's that?
Be really cool in community.
Meeting?
Like even live right now.
I can't go live on community.
Or like,
You mean Clubhouse?
Alright.
It's a good idea too. I'll do Instagram first for this one. Okay.
Cool. So this is when you're thrusted into management.
Hey everybody, just so you can help all the people that are going to be asking what's going on. I'm doing my new book. I can't tell you what it's called, but we're working on it. This is how I make my books. I'm letting you sit in and listen to it. Right now we're doing scenarios. You'll see what that means. So please, in the comments, when all the people keep coming in, they're like, what the fuck's going on? Tell them. Okay, good.
You're a young buck working at a company that your uncle owns. You have two mentors, your manager and your manager's manager, who you work closely with and admire. On a Monday morning, you walk into the office and find out that they both have left to start a competitive company. Even though they want to hire you too, you respectfully decline because you don't want to leave your uncle's company. You're thrusted into a leadership position at your job, and you're trying to figure out a plan of what to do next.
This was the scenario. This was such a good scenario. I think so many people have little time. Not so many people, but people have versions of this. So I think the first thing I would deploy is self-awareness. In this moment, you're thrusted into this leadership role. You know that some of the people underneath you, maybe we paint that picture in the scenario. You work at your uncle's company. Mm-hmm. Your two mentors are and you work on a 70-person sales team.
Gotcha.
Got it?
Yeah.
And so now you're thrust into a leadership role, and you're managing 58 people because some people went with those two people. Mm-hmm. So I think self-awareness is a huge one right now, because you have to realize some people are driven by fear. Empathy matters here. Self-awareness matters. Let me break them down. Empathy matters because you have to realize that of the 58 left, there's still some, like you, by the way, be fair here, that really appreciate and want to be with those other two, but they weren't asked, which they're hurt, or they're just scared to leave, because some people are just fear-based, and they like the stability of this uncle's company for a long time, or they're loyal, but they're loyal, but that leads to resentment. Loyalty leads to resentment a lot more than people realize. So, you have to be empathetic to the people that are still there, because you've got to create a scenario where you have to know that the next 6 months to a year are going to be murky, especially the next 6 to 10 weeks. You have to then deploy self-awareness. A huge mistake that people make in this scenario is that they try to be like the people that were there before them. Mm-hmm. Right? So they're like, all right, Ragav and D-Rock did this, I'm going to do this too, but they're not capable of doing that. Not everyone's as charismatic. Not everyone's a natural leader. Not everyone's as disciplined. Not everyone's got as much conviction when they communicate. Being a leader has a lot of communication responsibilities. You might be more capable than the two people, like in the skill of, but you might bumble and stumble when you talk, which doesn't keep as much confidence or inspiring the team, and that's okay. I think if you come out with self-deprecation up front the first time you address the team, if you address the team of 58 the first Monday, this all comes back down, and you go humble, right? And you go kind, and you go empathetic, and you speak on self-awareness and be like, look, I know I'm young, but as you also know, this is my uncle's company, and I've been coming here since I was a kid. I'm as devastated as everybody else is here about Ragav and D-Rock leaving. On the flip side, it's my responsibility and our responsibility to beat them. They're now our competitors, just like a sports team. This is what I would say, just like in sports, like just because Ragav and D-Rock left, it doesn't mean that they're the mortal enemy and we're fighting to the end. And we don't need whispers and texts. I don't need to hear rumors over the next 3 weeks that Johnny texted with Sally that went with Ragav and D-Rock. It's okay. It's just like sports. Teams trade players. People sign with different teams in free agency. And it's not fun. Like, if somebody went from the Jets to the Patriots, that's a rivalry. That's a problem. But is it? It's a rivalry in football. You can still care about Karen's husband, John, who's your best buddy playing basketball just because he works for that company. You want to beat them on the field. In business, in real life, a lot of people make it so over the top dramatic. Everybody here, listen to me. You can still be friends with any of the people that went over there, including Ragav and D-Rock. But you're wearing this jersey right now. And while you wear this jersey, we're trying to slay them and everybody else that competes with us. So we don't need to make this political. I think those kind of traits really can help people.
It also applies in what you just said there. It also applies.
D-Rock, how do I forget with the iPhone, how do I make it not go to sleep?
Oh, you gotta turn your brightness thing to not go.
People are like, wait, D-Rock? They're like, guys, this is a hypothetical scenario, just using their names. Did D-Rock leave? Yes, D-Rock left. There he is.
Gone.
Thank you. Got it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, I might go to